I was on the trail again this morning doing a survey of a few more stores to get an idea of how supplies from China are keeping up. And it was interesting. I went to 3 different stores, 2 Walmarts today and a superstore. And they kind of recognized me from the other day, so I had to lay low. I couldn't really take pictures in the first store. But I did get shots in the next 2, which was another Walmart and a superstore. Of course, rice is getting thin. Out of about 30 SKUs, I saw 5 temporarily out of stock, and there were big holes in the shelves. South Korean food is depleting, just about gone. So any of the specialties in that. And then you get into the Asian section and you start to see holes emerging. And then in sections that you might not think, the plant-based milks, almond milks, for example, the soy milks. The almond milks, I saw definite dents appearing the other day in my first Walmart. That was confirmed even deeper today. And then the other 2 stores, same thing. And in fact, I ran into a woman that I met doing a promotion, and we had a good chat about it. And she told me what she was noticing. So that was interesting. And that was the category. Now you say, well, almond milk, you know, it says that it's made in the USA or it's prepared. The problem is the ingredients like guar gum, carrageenan, xanthan gum. When you start noticing how many products have those particular ingredients, soy lecithin, it's another big one. You get a real picture of how many products will start depleting off the shelf. And of course, I'm a label Nazi. I actually enjoy the process of going in store and reading labels. And I do it in every country I go to. That's why I like to get an apartment when I travel, because I can cook, and that gets me to the market, and it gets me into seeing what's going on the ground, from the ground floor, instead of from the hotel dining room. The other thing I started to see deplete, of course, was breads, but not like the good breads, not the breads that are made like bread with yeast, water, flour. These are the breads that have 24 ingredients, most of them chemical. And those are running short. And I saw that on Monday, and I confirmed it again today in 3 stores. Things like coconut milk are going to be a bit of a problem because, again, a lot of the brands are adding xanthan gum. It's a bit of a thickener. And in fact, I saw even whipping cream in Canada, supposed to be 100% whipping cream, and they've now added carrageenan to the mix. You'll be amazed to see how many products it impacts. Okay, so we've talked about rice, we've talked about bread, we've talked about, what else did I see today? Coconut milk, almond milks, painkillers. Okay, so let's move over to pharmaceutical. Tylenol. Most of the Tylenol in the world comes from China, and I started to see holes in those shelves. And in fact, everything was faced forward, so they pull all the stock forward, so you can't see that it's empty in the back. And I got a few good shots of that. Benadryl, like different, again, these medicines that all have active ingredients from China. In fact, what I've learned in this process, and I didn't realize before, and I can't believe I didn't know this, being in natural products, is that they were saying 90% in 2007 was made in China of natural products and supplements. So the vitamin A, for example, would come from China. It might be put together in the United States or Canada, but the prime ingredient is coming from there. There are other suppliers, but they're quite a bit more expensive. So what China did, in fact, was come in and gut the market and take it for themselves. I've actually found that apparently their goal is to own all of the medical and pharmaceutical vitamins and supplements. Funny enough, apparently people can import Western vitamins to China, but they're all from China. So you realize how silly the game is. I take a Ventolin inhaler. This one, that's made in China. Every component, the aerosol, everything, China. Vitamin C is a big one. They're all coming from China. I found a great liposomal for a bargain price from this poser brand called NACA. The thing is, NACA, they just knock off everybody. They're kind of like China. But the price is right. This is what we've done to ourselves. See, instead of supporting our domestic industries, we've actually led to their closures and everything being transferred to China, including those R95 masks. So why is everybody, and you know who, treading around China during this virus? Because they own 95%. And they've pretty much got us by the balls. It's true. They've got us by the balls. Every which way you look. This is why our government doesn't stand up for Canadians. This is why our industries here, we can't afford to get in the game here because China has got it 100% cornered. That's their goal. Now in 2007, they were saying 90% they owned. So come on, it's 2020. And my other thing is get your vitamin C, because that is one thing during this whole virus season that is the immediate need. Vitamin C, vitamin C, vitamin C. Don't skimp. And because it's all from China, you should probably get on that. In fact, all of these supplements originate, or the components thereof. It's crazy. With all of this push for a greener planet, it seems like we've shut down everything here to move it over there to China. And they're just cranking it out. And there's no checks and balances. And Greta certainly didn't get on her boat and go over there and contend with that, did she? No, not at all. And this is why, you know, it's all contrived right before our very eyes. This is a wake-up call for all of us to understand where we are getting most of our products. And how did this happen? We should be a little less concerned right now with taxes and carbon taxes and hammering the consumer as if it's on us. When we've left ourselves in the most precarious position in Canadian history. We cannot provide for our own nation. It's unbelievable. And I think that's what every Canadian should be afraid of for the next generations to come. Because it's not global warming that we need to worry about. It's the fact that we are literally giving away our country to China. This isn't good, people. In the coming weeks, we're going to see where those shortages lie. The Chinese are getting back to work here, but things have been delayed. And in these days of just-in-time distribution, this is going to be felt. And of course, where I am in central Canada, I'm already seeing where the holes and pockets are. On my Facebook later today, I will get up all the photos that I took today, just so you can get an idea of different products. Tuna, that was another one getting quite in low supply, and soups. Broth. All sorts of broths were really short, whether it's an ingredient in the preservative or the broth itself. I'm looking into that because I sure hope it's not made in China, because of course I don't buy those broths anyway. I make my own, but that's not good. Also, great value. Walmart's brand, interestingly enough, was depleting. Spices. All sorts of little products that are going to interest you. So I will get those photos up. If you're not following me on Facebook, please do. And you can take a look. And again, start to get an idea when you walk into your stores about what you see going. You have a visual on the situation, because we don't know where this is going. I hope you've had a great week, and if you have not subscribed, please do. I would love to have you here. And of course, Facebook and Instagram. Have a great weekend.